The government will now have enough ammo to award contracts, and the banks will have enough ammo to lend to some of these companies. So let's talk about all of that with Mr. Raghav Chandra. He's chairman of NHAI and joins us right now on the show. We'll also talk about, of course, the impact of no toll collection for the past past 1 week as well across the highways. But and NHAI, of course, has promised compensation to toll companies for loss of revenue. Let's start off with the news bit, Mr. Chandra. Then we, of course, move on to all that's happening in the highway space as well. Good morning to you. Thanks for joining in. What's the total financial impact that is seen from no tolls being collected over the past 1 week? Because as I understand, NHAI has said that they will compensate the companies for the same.
Yes, you know, the daily toll collection across the country from the highways which are run by the National Highways Authority of India is ranging between 50 to 75 crores per day. So the overall impact is, we are looking at an impact of about 500 to 700 crores over this period. And NHAI is committed to ensuring that concessionaires who suffer any loss because of this, because this is clearly a force majeure or an indirect political event sort of situation, they should be suitably compensated so that they are not made to suffer unnecessarily, their liquidity flow does not decrease, and that their accounts do not become NPAs. So we have initiated the dialogue with the government, and within the framework of the concession agreement and the support of the government, we should be able to redress and address the situation.
Whereas you are committed to really take care of all the losses some of the toll companies will face. What about NHAI? Are you likely to get that additional grant from government?
Yes, this would require additional this thing, because this is a decision which government has taken in a conscious way, and I'm sure from all the signals that I get that government is committed to resolving and redressing it.
Is there a view within the ministry or within NHAI that you could be extending the no toll period on various tolls?
As of now, no decision to that effect has been taken, but as you are aware that government has extended no tolling till 24th to redress the difficulties which the common commuter might possibly face because of a shortage of currency. And I think government has been extremely considerate in tackling it head on, and this has resolved to a great deal the daily difficulties which commuters face, and I think by the 24th things should really look up, and there may not be any need to extend it any further.
Sure, Mr. Chandra, I'll tell you what analysts are saying, that due to loss of toll revenues, debt commitments from toll companies, you know, because this is a high gestation business, you know, that will get impacted, leading to increased NPLs, basically a cascading effect. So, you know, there is this worry in the market that, you know, it's not like a process that will normalize. Yes, business may start again, but for their financials, things can take a severe hit.
I really don't think their financials should take a hit, because had they, you know, been collecting in terms of 500 and 1000 rupee notes, certainly initially they would their revenues would have taken a bit of a hit. So by removing tolls for this period, as long as they are compensated, I don't think they would suffer any grievous injury or difficulty. And our case would be, of course, now to ensure that they are compensated quickly and appropriately. And we are working on that.
Okay, that's one side of the story. What we also understand, again, these are just unconfirmed, you know, indications that currently the subcontractors are finding it difficult to pay wages. As a result, construction activity has come to a standstill. Is there merit in believing that? Because like I said, these are unconfirmed reports, sources, and again, you know, what we pick up from on WhatsApp groups.
Yeah, you know, yesterday I called a meeting of some of our contractors to understand their difficulty, and the Eastern Peripheral Expressway is one project where work is going on in full swing. because of our commitments to complete it in this many days. And I can tell you that, of course, there are some ground difficulties like paying to labor and other, suitably compensating them because of a shortage of currency and all that. But you have to look at this initiative of the government in the, and I view it as as an infrastructure administrator in the larger context of, nation's fight against corruption, black money, and in the interest of promoting transparency and market efficiency in the infrastructure, particularly in the highway sector. And I'm very happy to say that all our contractors were positive about the overall development in the long run. Short term, of course, they are making arrangements to provide canteens and provide rations to their workers. We are encouraging them to do that. I'm going to be writing to the Department of Food to, wherever possible, to open up ration shops so that they can contractors can buy rations and provide them to their laborers in lieu of small change. And so you have to look at it in the larger context, and I think this is going to bring about a lot of professionalism in our highway and infrastructure sector by leveling the playing field between those who played perfectly fairly and those who tried to play a little smartly or tried to game the system. So this is going to be a very, very positive development for the infrastructure sector.
Mr. Chandra, the other question, of course, that I have is, what do you think is the way ahead for the road space? Because our belief is that with all that's happened, banks being slightly flush with cash as well, and the ability to lend has probably increased, the government will have more ammo to probably award more contracts through NHAI too. Do you reckon that the awarding of road contracts for calendar year 2017 could be higher than what we've seen in calendar year 16?
This is not really going to affect the number of contracts awarded. All that goes on, and there's going to be long-term continuity and stability in as much as highway awards and highway contracts goes on. What it is going to make a difference is in the qualitative improvement in the players who are in this field, and I think more foreign players are going to be attracted to investing in Indian infrastructure because they perceive that the playing field is going to be fairer, more transparent and cleaner. And as far as the banks are concerned, in the long run, I feel that their deposits will only increase, and once their deposits increase, so also their lending should improve. There are, of course, these short-term glitches. But I think that within a month or so they should be tided over with, because infrastructure is clearly an area which is, where the demand of the consumer is inelastic. So there is going to be tremendous demand for infrastructure as the economy improves, and as we head for an 8% growth in the GDP, manufacturing has to increase. So I don't see any downturn in infrastructure or in the highway sector in particular, and I think all these steps will, if at all, contribute positively towards making them more transparent, getting better players in, getting more foreign investors, and help this sector. And of course, one more important area is the cashlessness of the economy. This is going to be another positive thing because it will incentivize road commuters to go in for electronic tolling, RFID tags, which were so far languishing, and I think this will give a boost to electronic tolling, which is an aspirational thing. And I'm happy to announce that only yesterday the Reserve Bank has cleared our long pending request for a national electronic toll collection system, the NETC, and this will allow the second stage of electronic tolling to start, where multiple players will enter this field, and interoperability of our tolls vis-a-vis the various acquirers will happen. So far it was only ICICI Bank. Now you have several other banks like IDFC, Axis Bank, Paytm, etc., Punjab National Bank and so on, who will also be able to participate. So I think electronic tolling and cashlessness of the highway sector is a very, very upside and a very positive development.
As well, Mr. Chandra. So that's very heartening to hear. I just want to wrap up the discussion. You know, you've pointed out that you're looking at an overall impact of 500 to 700 crores over the 10-day period of toll collection. And you've said that toll companies will be suitably compensated. Is that essentially a full compensation down to the last penny, or would there be, a haircut there?
Yeah, I think that it needs to be worked out, but I have committed that at least 75% of their, immediate whatever loss they have suffered, we will compensate immediately. The rest based on a more detailed audit or evaluation of exactly how much loss they've suffered on behalf of the government pronouncement.
Okay. Mr. Chandra, great to have you. Thanks very much for joining us and giving us those details. Appreciate your time, sir, this morning.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.